Hello, welcome and thank you for joining me for the daily practice. My name is Elisa Garcia. Namaste. Today our practice is dedicated to the root chakra so that we may focus on balancing, centering, grounding, and rejuvenating. I'm also going to be making some notes for alignment in areas that we see many common injuries either coming into a yoga studio or people sustaining during their practice. Let's always remember that we want to be lifelong practitioners, so we want to listen to our bodies and take care of them, noting the difference between sensation and discomfort, even approaching pain. So thank you so very much. Please take a moment to gather any props or any items that you might need to make your practice today more comfortable, and consider when we take Shavasana that you may want to do a different position, or you can create a restorative pose for yourself. Thank you so much. Let's flow together today. Starting at the top of my mat, it's always perfectly acceptable to take a micro bend in the knees. So we're going to take a bend here, drawing the arms up and overhead parallel to the ears in chair pose. From here I'm going to push up with bent knees, swan dive, folding forward over my bent knees. My hands can come to blocks or can come directly onto the mat, whatever's most comfortable for you. Let's note that the head and neck should draw down here to be comfortably in alignment with the rest of the spine. If it's available, we can push up to any level of straight legs, again, taking that micro bend as many times or as often as you need during your practice, any day. Inhaling here, on our exhale, I'm going to draw the arms up, back through chair pose, drawing the sideways up here. Inhale, right hand comes down at our side, left hand comes overhead and leaning to the right here. Inhale, going back up through center, left arm down to the left side, right arm up, and on our exhale we're going to lean to our left here. Head and neck follow the contour of our spine for natural alignment. Inhale, and on our exhale, come back through center, release the hands pointing down towards mountain pose. Inhale, hands come up to heart center, nose draws to fingertips here. Let's focus on our intention to ground, rejuvenate, center, and balance. Let's take a moment to give gratitude for our practice today, where we've come to meet to cultivate goodness within our hearts so that we may resonate this goodness into our external lives. From here, I'm going to bend the knees, push up, swan dive, fold forward over blocks, and bent knees, draw the legs up, maintaining a micro bend here. Inhale, come to halfway lift, chin is down, head and neck are neutral, gaze is soft. From here I'm going to fold forward over my slightly bent knees. Inhaling, taking a hold of the elbows here in ragdoll, and softly shifting the weight, turning right and left here, and exchanging our elbow, holding here, and again turning left to right to bring movement into the low back here. On our inhale, going to come down here. Hands can come to the mat or on blocks. Knees are still bent. Inhaling here, exhaling, bring the right leg back. Let's take note here that our wrists are underneath our shoulders so that we're not straining the wrists or the shoulders by being out of alignment here. And anytime we put weight into our hands, let's feel free to push down and open up our fingers. We want to avoid cupping or clenching the fingers, distributing the weight evenly. I'm going to extend the left leg back here and holding in plank, engaging the core, coming down to the mat here. Here I'm going to extend my arms and fingertips behind me, palms face up for reversed corpse pose here. Inhale, hands come up at my side, drawing the shoulders up for cobra, head and neck are back, gaze is soft. Exhale, come down. Hands slide further back, preparing to come to upward dog. Again, noting that our wrists are underneath our shoulders here. We're going to push weight down into our hands, spread the fingers, and push weight into the tops of the feet here. Inhale, head and neck are back, gaze is soft. Exhale, roll through to downward dog, coming up on tippy toes and extending the heels down towards the mat, maintaining a micro bend if that's best for you here. Hands can be on blocks in downward dog if that serves you better. Always take note that if you need to draw the floor closer to you, use your blocks in any orientation that work to give you that height. Inhale, and on our exhale, let's come down to the mat here. Can stay on blocks or hands can come down to the mat. If you need a blanket underneath your knees here, feel free to make that adjustment. Inhaling here in table pose and exhaling, the right leg comes out behind me here. And bringing the knee back, drawing it towards the nose here, allowing the head to come forward and down here. And exhale, knee comes back down to the floor. Inhale here, exhale, left leg comes back behind me, gaze is soft, neck is following the natural alignment of the spine, and releasing, drawing the knee to the nose here, left knee comes back to the mat. From here I'm going to prepare to come down to child's pose if this is available. Of course I can make any modification to better adjust myself here. Inhale. On my exhale, I'm going to draw the tailbone down towards the mat, grounding down here, allowing the fingers to outstretch forward. Or we can bring our fingertips back behind us and have the palms face up here if this is preferable. Inhale here. On our exhale, we're going to come up to puppy pose. I'm going to remove my blocks. And of course, if it is comfortable here, we're going to take a wiggle to the right and left here. Chin is drawing down. Head and neck are allowed to just come down in natural alignment here. Inhale. I'm going to prepare to put weight into my elbows and hands and toes here as I push up, drawing the heels down, head and neck are down. Forehead can even come to the mat if that's comfortable for you. And drawing those heels down, but they do not have to touch here in dolphin pose. I'm going to inhale, exhale, extend the legs back onto toes, distribute that weight in the elbows and the hands here, and release down to the mat for Sphinx pose. Inhaling and exhale, release down to the mat here. Hands draw back, palms face up. On my inhale, I'm going to interlace the fingers behind me, gently roll the shoulders back, gaze is soft, head and neck are back here in snake pose. From here, I'm going to release down to the mat. Hands come back at my side. Inhale, back up to Sphinx pose. On my exhale here, I'm going to draw the left fingertips towards the right of my mat. Inhale, bring my leg up behind me. And very gently assist in drawing the heel closer to the back body here. Very soft, right shoulder is gently open here. Inhale, and our exhale, softly bring the knee back, even lifting the knee off of the mat to not put pressure on it. And on my exhale, I'm going to put my right arm, where my left arm was, drawing the left leg to my left hand here, left shoulder softly opening. Inhale, gaze is soft and to the left, aligned with the spine here. and softly release back down. Again, lifting that knee so that it does not have to push down into the mat. From here, I'm going to release down, bring my hands at my side and prepare to come to upward dog again here. Inhaling, pushing up, weight is through hands, wrists are underneath the shoulders, pushing up onto the tops of the feet here, gaze is soft, head and neck are back, rolling through downward dog again, micro bend, hands can be on blocks, drawing that tailbone back, and let's walk the feet up in between the hands here, bend the knees, inhale. From here, I'm going to extend my arms out in front of me. I'm going to come up onto tippy toes here for awkward pose if this is comfortable. Engaging that core, drawing the tailbone down, extending the fingertips. Head and neck are back, gaze is soft, and gently release back down here. Arms are parallel to the ears, pulling up through the side waist. Inhale, and our exhale, let's bring the palms together and come back here for a back bend. And back through center, interlacing the fingers, pointing the index fingers up, thumbs point back. Inhale here, exhale to the right, stretching that side waist. Inhale through center, exhaling to the left here. Feet are grounded, firmly planted, coming back through center, taking the micro bend, pushing up, swan dive, hands onto mat or onto blocks. Release the left leg back here. Holding, wrists are under shoulders. Extend the right leg back here. Inhale, in plank, engaging the core. Release down to the mat here. Inhale. On my exhale here, I'm going to take upward dog and downward dog one last time here. Inhale, roll through, knees forward, draw the heels back, and from here we're going to come down to the mat, allowing our knees to come around here, sitting in easy pose. Right leg over left, nose down to fingertips here. Inhaling and exhaling. From here, going to prepare to extend the back body along the mat here for our final resting pose of Shavasana. Again, feel free to take Shavasana in any other pose other than reclined corpse, or if you want to build up a restorative pose here, feel free to make any adjustments with whatever items you might have. Just making a comfortable space for the back body to feel supported over as we lean back if we prefer to take a restorative pose. So you go ahead and set up your Shavasana and be prepared to stay there for several minutes in stillness. Find your comfort level here as you prepare. And we'll practice together. Okay. Feet flat on the mat. Hips are about mid-mat here. I'm going to begin to draw down onto the tailbone, lifting the legs for half boat pose here and extending through full boat pose. Releasing the legs down to the mat, hooking the hands behind the knees, softly beginning to roll down, engaging the core, drawing either one knee in at a time or both knees together. Inhaling, drawing the knees into the chest. Exhale, head can come to knees if it's comfortable. Release the head down. From here, I'm going to release my legs all the way down, allowing the right leg to extend, allowing the left leg to extend here. arms are about 45 degrees to the mat here. Fingertips are pointing towards the front of the mat, and feet can be allowed to draw open here at center. We're going to inhale, lengthen our breath through exhalation here, beginning to feel the effects of our asana practice on the body as the back body becomes heavy and weighted with relaxation here in our final resting pose. And drawing attention to my breath and allowing the arising and subsiding of any thoughts or emotions that may come up at this time or during our practice on any particular day. If these do not serve us, it's perfectly acceptable to just allow them to arise into the ether and ground back down into the earth. Taking a moment here to cultivate stillness in the mind, unifying the heart, body, and mind, integrating our practice so that we may cultivate peace and tranquility within our harmonious body state. From here, I'm going to draw the right knee up, draw the left knee up. Inhale. You can even allow the feet to come together in a reclined cobbler's pose if this is comfortable and available. If you want to assist, feel free to support the legs on the right and left here if that's comfortable. It's just a variation, an option. You can of course continue in Shavasana here. Resting and grounding, revitalizing and recharging here. And feel free to end your practice in Shavasana, not feeling hurried in any way if your time allows. To continue to release down towards the mat, pulling down towards the earth, feeling rooted, feeling supported, and feeling sustained both on the mat and off of the mat. And if you'd like to come up, we're going to draw the knees one at a time, feet flat on the mat, slowly rolling to our left, inhaling here, coming to easy pose, left leg over right here. Hands can come up to heart center. Nose can draw down to fingertips. Taking a moment to give gratitude for your practice today. Making the time and space within your body, within your mind, and within your heart to intentionally unify and balance so that you may meet the beauties and the challenges of each day with grace and ease, feeling centered, grounded, and rejuvenated. Namaste. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so very much.